big beard. Hey, Kayla.
Hi, Iyanna.
Welcome to Fill in the Blank podcast.
Fill in the blank.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Fill in the Blank podcast. Hi, Iyanna.
Hi.
How are ya?
I'm good. I'm about to fall asleep over here.
No.
I feel like I need a nap.
No, not a nap. We got a whole episode. Wake up. You up?
Look, if you up, I should definitely be up.
Right.
You're sick behind.
Y'all, I've been sick. Like,
Can't you? I've been sick.
I know it sounds, it kind of comes out a little bit sometimes, but this has actually been my best day since I've been sick.
Well,
but
I'm glad we cut. Oh, and to think we were going to film 2 days ago.
no, it couldn't have happened. I was curled up in a ball. Like, there was no way. But I look like Rudolph right now, so.
Rudolph the red. You look cute, Rudolph.
Thank you. My nose is raw. It's painful.
Bruh, when I tell you, I walked in and saw that Vaseline on your face. I said, "Oh, she down bad."
Yeah, it's been rough. I'm just trying to nurse
Sure.
myself back to health because I just, yeah.
Well, I haven't seen you blow your nose since I've been here, so that's a good sign.
It's been more so coughing now.
Oh, I see.
Like, I'm kind of done
You
with
should get one of those, or next time you get sick, you know those saline nose thingies.
I've heard of that before.
I watched a couple videos on Instagram. Why I watch these things, I don't know, but of parents doing it to their little kids, and a glob of stuff that just.
I would be so disgusted.
It just looks so effective, though.
I would be very disgusted, I think.
You
to
should do
that
it.
to
You
myself.
should find one. You should do it anyways.
Maybe I will.
Because maybe there's some stuff left over.
I've been doing steams, though.
Oh, that's good.
I do respiratory steams.
Did you almost pass out in the shower today?
Yes, I was in there for too long trying to wash my hair. That was a huge mistake. I hadn't washed my hair in a really long time that I'm embarrassed to admit, so I won't say. But I needed to wash my hair, so that's the only reason why I did it. But then I almost passed out, and I said, okay, I'm still not well.
Well,
I
at
need
least
to
your
get
hair
out.
look good. I told you it looks so good. It looked like a hairpiece.
Thank you.
Your curls look perfect.
Thank you. It's the first day here, but then it looks bad down, so I had to put it up.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just the way it dried?
My first day hair is always
Really?
yeah, bad. It's normally day 2 hair that looks
Gives
better.
a little fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
The first
two
day
hair
is just
always
like-
better.
Too flat.
My hair's been doing something weird though lately, so that's why I've just been straightening it more, which I'm sure doesn't help.
I feel like I haven't been liking my curly hair lately.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the season though to have straight hair.
I agree because it's cold outside.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta sweat it out.
Sweat it out.
Sweat it out.
How's your week been though?
It's been good.
It's been good.
I mean, been very uneventful, but I think I've just been in a really good space lately.
I was
so.
gonna say, anything special happen?
No, actually. No, nothing.
Nothing.
I've just, what did I do over the weekend? Nothing. Absolutely
nothing?
nothing. I stayed in. I've been hot girling it all for the past couple of months, so I've chilled now.
And I love that for you.
Look, I'm chill
Because
now.
you deserve it.
You right, I sure
You
did.
deserve to hot girl.
Just a little
Hot
bit.
girl winter it.
Ugh, not no more. Look, now I'm trying to chill, girl. Who trying to cuddle?
He said, I'm just trying to cuddle. It's cuffing season.
It's cuffing season. I don't want to cuff for real. Don't cuff me, please. Please.
Just for fake. Just for the
fake.
cuddles.
Just for the cuddles, man. It's all about the cuddles.
I think that, over this past, what day was that? I don't know. But Marcus and I think, found our wedding venue.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, you went on like Monday or something, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah. And I really, really like the place.
Oh, I love that.
So now I can start all the fun stuff.
And they have the date that you want?
And guess
Perfect.
what? This is the crazy part. I don't know if I've shared this with all of you yet, but it was the last Saturday date.
Perfect.
So I might actually get to have a Saturday
Look at
wedding. Yeah. So that's really cool.
I love that.
But I'm just really excited because I've already come up with my clever way to ask all of you to be in my bridal party. And
Cute.
of course, it has a theme.
Of course.
Like
I would expect nothing
in
less.
true Kayla fashion. It has a thing. Less. So I'm just really excited to do that.
Aww.
So then we could get this show on the roll.
Woo.
I know. But I'm not going to tell any of you the date until I ask you.
I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be. I like surprises.
Yeah.
Make me feel special.
Yep.
Even though it's saying about me, not for real.
But you should feel special because you are special and all of y'all are important and special to me. So I want to make sure that you all feel that way and feel like appreciated and whatnot when I'm asking you all to, be by my side and help me.
Be a fucking wife.
I know, that's wild.
That's amazing.
It's so crazy.
I'm so excited for you guys because I know you guys are prepared for this.
Yeah. I think that we have done a lot of preparation into this phase of our lives. So it feels like kind of natural.
Yeah.
Like it feels like where we're supposed to be.
It's a natural progression of things.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's a healthy progression of things.
So I'm really excited.
I am too.
Thank you. But we're going to do something a little different this week since I'm still under the weather.
Can't do heavy thinking right now.
Can't do much heavy thinking. So we're going to be answering some of our listener submissions that we have compiled over a long period of time. We promise y'all we've been reading it. We just have to find time to include them into our episodes.
Yeah.
So
lovely Miss Ariel and Ajah are going to join us in today.
Yes, and they'll be reading it.
Read them out to us. You want to say hey?
What's up, y'all?
Oh, God.
Hello, everybody. So, yeah, Ajah and I are going to read some unrevealed questions to Kayla and Iyanna, and we need your feedback. You have listeners that want to know advice. What should they do? Help.
Mm-hmm.
Some are funny, some are serious, some are concerning.
Oh,
and we
God, not the concerning ones.
Your expertise.
I have none
to guide us.
Look,
are we the people for the job?
Right.
I guess we'll find out. They felt enough trust in us to submit it, so guess we're gonna find out today.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the first question, then I'm gonna pass it off to my favorite producer, Ajah. Okay, so let's see. Where do we even really begin? I know, I love this.
Let me drink some water.
Why am I scared?
Okay, so the first question. My boyfriend. Oh, actually, I've also decided that I'm going to impersonate these people. So each different question will have a different voice and personality.
Love it.
And I will try my best to execute.
This is dedication. I love it.
Yes, I love
it. Okay, I'm going to try.
My boyfriend of a year and a half lost his job.
Okay, I don't want to mock these people. I'm just going to read these normally. I don't feel right.
Ariel said, this is why I don't need to be in the public view. She said, I get canceled immediately.
I feel like I'm taking away the severity of their message. So let me just read this normally. Scratch what I just said 30 seconds ago.
Okay.
We're going to say it again.
Redo.
My boyfriend of a year and a half lost his job in the beginning of our relationship, and we had just moved into our apartment.
Damn.
Here we are, a year and a half later.
Oh.
He still doesn't have a job. And I'm struggling to make ends meet, and I've made him aware. What do I do?
The first thing I have to say,
why he ain't got no job?
This sounds like insecure.
Oh my God, it does.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me do a disclaimer. Y'all cannot steal plots to TV shows as if it's a question. This is probably her real life, though.
That's crazy.
Sis, first you got to figure out if that's what you want to... Is that a grace of yours? I'm like, is that what you want to do? Is that a grace of yours? Because you can't control someone else's behavior. So let's say theoretically he doesn't want to get a job and he doesn't. Then what?
I feel like, I mean, okay. It would be one thing if he didn't have a job and like she was bawling and he could be a stay-at-home. But she says she's struggling to make ends meet. So my thing is she's basically taking care of this grown man. And he's laying around letting it happen.
Well, we don't know what he's doing. But nonetheless, like he doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job. I feel like people have different standards and things that they value in their relationships. for me, it would be a no. Because if it's that, okay, like you said, if he doesn't have a job, but he's also not seeking a job actively, that's an issue.
That's a huge issue.
That's a huge issue.
Especially if she said she's struggling and
Right.
she's made it known.
Yeah.
Look at Jared. Jared picked up 3 part-time jobs that he didn't even need.
Yeah. It's more than possible, especially like in the way that things are going right now today. There are so many places that are hiring.
Agreed.
Even if it's not the ideal job, it's at least something to help out. So I just don't like that situation for you. Just in the way that it was explained. There's a lot of details that we're missing, obviously, but in the way that it was explained, I think that it's really important in partnership to have support from one another. And so if one is struggling to make ends meet, then I feel like it's important to be able to provide support and to be able to be helpful in that way.
Support is carrying your weight.
Yeah, carrying your weight.
That is joint income. If they live together, like you're taking my income. Like, carry your weight.
Yeah.
It's not like she got enough to carry them both. Clearly not. And finances like that is a basic need. Mm-hmm. If you're struggling with your basic needs, then imagine where else they're slacking in their relationship.
Yep.
It's a no for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't deal with it personally.
I would communicate with this man maybe a little bit more. And if he's actually resistant, then that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
For you to be resistant.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Did she say in the thing, like, if she's communicated this with him?
She said, yeah. She said she let him know.
Let me go back to the
She said she let him know. She said she mentioned it to him.
So to me, then that's also just disrespect.
Yeah.
Like,
she has made him aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Homie.
So she's already communicated to him that it is problematic and she is struggling. And so I feel as though the next thing to do then is to make a decision that is then best for her.
Agreed.
Because like you said, if she's not only carrying her weight, but also his, how taxing that financial burden can be on her to basically take care of 2 people.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Imagine buying groceries for 2 people, paying the bills for 2 people.
It's a lot. And he doesn't have anything to contribute to the pot.
It's a nah for me, dog.
Yeah.
He
Get
better
out of
be
there.
cooking and cleaning at least.
Yeah.
I remember I had a boyfriend who he was living with me rent free. Mm-hmm. And I asked him at least like cook and clean. And after a while, he got upset about that. Mm-hmm. And he started to complain about the fact that he had to, I always got to cook because you're not contributing anything. So at least like carry some form of the weight.
Yeah.
And I hated having to point that out because by the time I would get home, I'm tired.
Yeah. That's a problem.
And clean up your shit out of the toilet.
That's
Did I tell you about this?
No.
This boyfriend who had explosive diarrhea?
No.
I didn't tell you about this? He had explosive diarrhea and then he'd leave his splatter in the and then I told him to go clean it up and he literally took the toilet bowl thing and when I went to go check there was tissue on the toilet bowl cleaner. It's like, did you flush the toilet?
Sir, I hope that you are more clean
This
now.
is the oldest man I have ever dated. I was 24, he was 30
Stop
at the time.
it.
It was disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I was so ready for him to get
Nobody
get out of my
wants
apartment.
to be taken care of and
A grown-ass man.
A grown man.
I was so ready for him to get out.
Ew.
As soon as he said he was moving, I was like, okay, bye.
Oh my gosh. No
was bad.
way.
Anyways.
That's crazy.
Next.
I'm so weak.
The situations I found myself in. What you got, Asia?
Y'all.
Not her coming out. All right, y'all.
Okay, so my boyfriend of a year and a half. Oh, wait.
Go ahead. Is this
That's the same one. Oh,
Bless her heart.
okay. All right. Hey, y'all. Love the show. So right now in my life, I just had a friendship breakup over something stupid, and I'm struggling so bad. I'm in between trying to forgive and forget and wanting to slash her tires.
Okay.
We lived
That's
together
extreme.
for a year and moved out a month before our breakup. I want to know how to be okay. This person was my best friend, and yes, we weren't perfect or even close, but I thought that was my person. By the way, I'm married to a man, so it's not sexual at all. I just genuinely love my friends so much, and for everything to come to head like this, I don't know how to be okay.
I'm sorry, but I can't answer this question because there's a lot of context that I'm missing for her to want to slash this woman's tires. And then the timeline I'm very confused about. She's married to a man, but she was living with her?
I'm very confused.
Have you ever been that upset with a friend that you wanted to slash her tires?
No. And so that's when I think it's important to determine, like, if you're in a little too deep.
You gotta be, right?
Because
I mean, I've cried before. Maybe cried in the shower.
But slash the tires, maybe it was a joke. Maybe like, you know, like the overdramatic type joke. We're just reading it. I'm overdramatic too.
Okay, so I feel it. Okay, so let's say theoretically that she don't actually want to slash her tires.
And she just missed her friend. Okay.
She said she's trying to forgive and forget.
Well, I think that it sounds like her not having a friendship with this person is like hurting her.
But that's how it usually goes.
Well, it doesn't. Actually, I was just talking about this. And I was saying how I know if a friendship is no longer like serving me, because typically, at least for me, I don't miss people when they're gone. If you get what I mean?
No, it's funny when you say that. I literally thought of two people in my head. I was like, yeah, no, I think as soon as we were done, I was like, okay.
I'm cool on it because you've served your purpose in your season in my life. And so I really don't have anything more that I'm like hoping for or desiring out of the friendship. So the fact that she's expressing that there's still feelings of like missing her friend and wanting her friend back, to me, that shows that maybe things can maybe be talked through.
But what if she's the toxic friend and her friend cut
she
her
might
off?
She might be.
And her friend's like, all right, bye.
Well, then it sounds like
I need context.
I think that a lot of times if it is in that situations, what people do is they feel guilty and they feel bad and they're just burdened with that feeling of like, I want this friendship back because they know that they've done something to damage it. So
I just want to know what happened. Why they break up?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of context here, but if you weren't the toxic one or if y'all were both the toxic ones, maybe you all can have a conversation.
Try to mend it.
Try to mend it if it means
healthfully,
that much to you. Yeah.
Don't slash your tires.
Please. It's just it's not
healthfully,
that deep.
without anger.
Yeah.
With seeking understanding.
Yeah. And compassion and
compassion
love.
and love. Always. Regardless of what they do. Compassion and love. Regardless of what regardless of what they do.
Yeah.
With compassion and love.
And if you genuinely feel like this friend was like your person, then it's worth, like, sometimes even in our friendships, we might have to fight for them if things go left at some point.
Yeah.
It's just like any other relationship. Misunderstandings happen, things happen. So if you feel like this was your person, then it may be worth you putting your neck on the line a little bit to get your person back.
Agreed. But even if it's not, if you don't want to do that and you're trying to heal through it, you gotta fill your space in with something.
Yeah.
Something good and healthy to help you cope. Because I'm sure all that extra time that you have now that you used to spend talking to your friend is excruciating.
Yeah. And doing some extra introspection into yourself, like what went wrong.
Yeah.
That it led to that much of a head, like that much of a boiling point, like you mentioned.
I feel like she should do that anyways, because especially before she even tries to have a conversation with this friend, figure out what you did.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes you just got to look at yourself like, okay, how do I hold myself accountable? Regardless of what they did, how do I hold myself to a standard?
Yep.
Are you being a friend that you're expecting them to be to you?
Okay. So thank you. That was a great response.
Thanks, Ariel.
Of course. Okay. So this is the next question. Hey, y'all. I am 29, newly married and building up my business. And I feel like I'm in a different space maturity-wise in my life. The issue is a lot of my family that I love and hang out with often is actually pretty toxic and very drama-filled. For example, on my bachelorette party, They fought and even got blackout drunk in front of my much calmer friends. It's always something with them, big or small. Literally every time there is some sort of drama. I don't have many friends, so if I don't chill with them, then that's kind of it. How should I navigate? Excuse me. How should I navigate or explain to them that I don't want to hang out like that anymore or kind of fall back from them? I don't want to come off like I'm better than anyone, but I would love to hear your viewpoints on the toxic family. Thanks.
Ooh.
Look, don't ask me because I don't talk to anyone from my biological family. They've tried to reach out and I'm like,
Yeah, it's really hard. And I think that you making that decision is something a lot of people.
But it took a while. I will say that it took decades for me to learn how to do it because at first I felt obligated because I didn't want them talking shit about me.
Yeah.
I felt obligated to continue to like try to do something.
Yeah.
But then I realized like, actually, I don't need this relationship. And quite honestly, you guys aren't healthy.
Yeah. I think it's important, like, it's a touchy topic because I can understand for some people, like, the importance that family, like, the role that it plays in your life.
Yeah.
And, like, if you're not at the point where you can foresee yourself cutting your family off, like, that's
for some people, that's not necessarily.
Yeah, it's, like, unrealistic.
I could easily do that.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole other family.
Yeah, and I feel like it's something that I would never be able to do. Like, even with going through ups and downs with my
Y'all
family,
are too intertwined.
it's too hard. I've been through too much with family stuff to leave my family behind. But I think that it's important to set boundaries in place, and I think that family can be upset about that.
They will be upset
when you put your foot down and you say that we're not going to do this anymore because I would prefer for us to do X, Y, and Z. They don't always take that too kindly, especially because of the fact they're family and they feel entitled.
Yeah.
But if it's not what you desire and
it's not healthy,
it's not healthy for you, the type of relationship and the type of people that they are may not align with who you are and your interest and whatnot, you can find ways to separate the two for different events. Maybe you spend time with your family to celebrate, like, for example, like your birthday, and then you also spend time with your friends on a different occasion. Maybe it just looks like not merging the two.
Agreed.
Because I feel like from what she said, it sounded like the experience was embarrassing for her with her family being there with her friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just separate things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, everyone's situation isn't like mine. I feel like more people would relate to yours where they can't really just cut off their family.
Mm-hmm.
Look, my bio family ain't never really did shit for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, deuces.
He said, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. And it just really depends on you, like, where you're at with your family, where you're at mentally with, you know how fed up you are.
Yeah.
So if you're fed up to the point where you're just like, I just need a break, like, I need some time away, take the time that you need. And if it's healthy for you and it's the best decision for you to be able to feel like you can have a better connection with them, or for the sake of the connection that you have left with them, then you may need to take that time and that space away.
Figure out your boundaries and set them. Be firm on your boundaries in a loving, respectful way.
Yeah.
People aren't going to like it, though. No one likes when you all of a sudden start setting boundaries. They take it personally.
Every time.
When in reality, it's more about you and your health and not about them.
So you just have to prepare yourself for that.
Literally just prepare yourself.
Because it's going to happen. They're going to be pissed.
They're going to be pissed. They're absolutely going to be pissed.
Especially if they're not in a place of like a growth mindset.
Agree. And most of the time they're not.
And most of the times they're not. That's why you're cutting them off in the first place.
Agreed. What a hard life.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're ready for the next one.
All right, guys. That was great. So the next question.
The encouragement. That was great, guys.
That was great.
My partner and I have different love languages. He wants to receive love through gift giving and acts of services, while I want touch and words of affirmation. How do we make our relationship work?
Ooh.
The hardest part about learning acts of service. The hardest part about learning love languages is it's natural for you to give love the way that you want to receive it. Or even sometimes for some people, they don't give love the way that they want to receive. So it's like a confusing thing for them to understand. Learn your partner's love languages. Learn, and when I say learn, not just learning what it is, but learning what that looks like. Literally look up on Pinterest if you want to, ways that people who like acts of service, look up ways that that's shown in a relationship and implement those, and then check in with each other and ask, okay, how have I been doing? Or what are some specific ways that you would want to be loved even more? That's literally the best thing that you can do.
Yeah, I think that it's quite natural for most people to not have the same exact love languages as their partner. Me and Marcus have pretty different. Well, they're not like very different, but I know that like his top is physical touch. So he always wants to be like on me. And I'm a pretty touchy person, but he's like
times 10.
Times a million. And then for me, it's acts of service. And so we have to find ways to meet each other in the middle. And like what you were saying, it's not about the way that like what it is on your list that is your love language. It's about what's on their list and about you taking into account the way that they best receive love and what it is that you can do for them that's going to help them receive love in that best way. So it could be a bit of an adjustment, especially if you all's love languages are vastly different. And
like if you don't like physical touch, but there's this physical touch, those are my parents.
Really?
Oh my God. Watching my mom. Well, she's gotten better. But like in the beginning, when I first moved in, she would just like crumbled underneath a hug.
Oh my
or
gosh.
a kiss. Or she'll allow it, but then she'll be like, all right.
That's enough.
Get off me.
Yeah.
She's gotten better though. But nonetheless, like completely opposite.
Yeah. So you have to allow time for adjustment. Because like you said, like she got better at it, especially if there are people around her that show their love and affection that way. Like you'll kind of get used to it. But you have to open yourself up and be ready for the time period that will be like a shift in between.
You know what my parents did? They found something that they both find that they love.
Oh.
So for them, it was quality time. And they would watch a TV show or a movie together. And that they loved together.
That's really good.
And it made them both feel loved.
That's good.
Loved, so yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, find something mutual that you both can like use to connect when you aren't necessarily aligned, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it happens naturally.
And really just talk through the love languages.
Literally communicate.
I remember
sometimes they'll change.
Yeah, I remember at the very, very beginning of Marcus and I's relationship, we took the love language test over the phone. We were on the phone till like 5 a.m. this day, and we took it and we just kind of like talked through all of our love languages and like what that meant to us specifically, especially because I know one of my top ones is quality time. And
that's important. Sorry. Ooh, that's important.
Yes.
To talk about what that looks like for you.
I had to explain to him, like, it to me looks like uninterrupted time together, focused on us doing whatever it is.
Agreed.
Not us being in the same space as each other, not us going to an event with other people there. It's like time between just you and I.
That's an important conversation.
Yeah.
Me and Jared caught on to that way too late. It was like toward the end of the marriage where we were complaining about the same thing and hadn't realized we were. And I'd be like, bro, like we're not getting quality time. He's like, what do you mean? We get quality time all the time. And I'm like, I don't like staring at a screen together or just sitting in the same room on our phones. That's not quality time for me.
Yeah. I found that it seems like for a lot of men, they kind of,
they just want your presence.
They struggle with that concept of like what real quality time is and what they may believe it to be. So it's important. That's why I say like talk through what the love languages are and what they look like for you so that your partner has a realistic expectation of how they can show up in that way. for
I
you?
always believe that's the quickest way to kind of have a healthy relationship is to explicitly state your expectations. And then if your partner is also doing the same and you realize you really need to either bring them down or like just come to a more realistic standpoint, or if your partner can actually meet that, I think communication is so important.
Yes,
You can basically talk through just about anything. And even if you guys aren't on the same page, at least you have an understanding of where your partner is. So when something happens, like, oh, I get you now. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway. Next.
Okay, to piggyback off of that, I think that they should read the 5 Love Language book by Gary Chapman.
Yep.
Oh, I love Gary Chapman.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so that's what my boyfriend and I did. I think like very early on in the relationship, we read the book together so we both could understand what the love languages were. We took the quiz and then we gave examples and kind of like took notes. So it would be a good activity to read it with your partner and explore
really
it.
good.
So you both have like a very clear understanding.
Gary Chapman actually has like a lot of good literature. His book was actually a book that I read and studied before going on the show. So making sure I was asking like the appropriate question. I think it was I think it was called like Some Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would literally like highlight things and I tore the page out because they wouldn't let me take it and I stuffed it in my bra.
That's
I was
so
like, y'all ain't gonna
funny.
set me up for failure.
I was
ready.
gonna say before you ask the next thing, Ariel actually gave Marcus and I the what was that? The Clifton Strengths Finder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so Marcus and I did that together, and that was really, really good for us. Like you take a quiz, and then it gives you like your top strengths and weaknesses, and then we went through our strengths and weaknesses together and explored like how we can basically like make up for and like work together, complement one another on our strengths and weaknesses.
I love that. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me ask you guys a question. At what point did you guys start doing proactive things like that with your partner? Was it of course when you guys were like established as boyfriend girlfriend, or was it before?
Before.
Really?
Yeah. Marcus and like that situation that I told you about with us doing the love languages things, like that's before we became official.
I'm learning.
Same.
Oh,
I don't think I've done that. Oh, okay. Let's give it.
oh, are you saying same? You're learning too?
Yeah, I'm learning because I feel like I've never done that until I'm in the relationship, and then at that point, it'd be too
same.
late. Or like they'll be like,
I think
we're
because
already
me
in
and Asia
this.
be quick to really jump into shit.
That's our problem.
I don't know, because Kayla do it too. But Kayla, you
gotta
found
fix
someone who matched your energy.
I think this time around with Marcus, I was a lot more intentional.
Okay.
Because I had been through such dark stuff prior to my relationship with him that I was so hesitant. I didn't believe that it was real for a long time. It took me a long time to catch up.
How long did it take you? Because I'm like, at what point am I tripping?
It took me like a few months.
I feel like I need at least 3 months. I need to see consistency to know who you are.
But it wasn't like the thing with me. It wasn't like I had him on a timetable. Like he just kind of continued to show up, and then I just kind of went with my gut, and I was like,
where you guys are.
I know.
Okay,
yeah.
so I know now. Do this before.
Yeah.
I go exclusive.
We did
with
so
someone.
much of this
I feel
prior
like
to.
This is what dating should be. Like you
Yeah.
should be asking these questions.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like literature is probably the best way that you can do that because, the blueprint is literally there for you. I think some people kind of just like come up with questions on the fly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works, but like be intentional about it.
Yeah.
And that's what
I
I
feel
want
like-
to.
I feel like the first date questions are, if the house is on fire, would you save your wife or your kids? Like we're focused on dumb things. Like
Oh, look, I be asking, how was the relationship with your mom? How's the relationship with your dad? How was it growing up?
Okay, so we are back with another question. This one is kind of deep.
Oh gosh.
It's kind of deep. So I just want to warn you right now.
All right now.
All right, here we go.
Help.
I grew up in a Caribbean household. I'm Dominican, and there's things that my mom and dad went through that traumatized me. My father used to drink a lot. He would come home late, and I would have to clean his throw up at 7 years of age because my mom was drained mentally. He stopped being my hero around 7 because he wasn't present. I've been taking care of my brother since I was 7, which made me grow up a little faster. I feel like my mom is bitter and has so much anger inside of her because of her childhood, but the trauma is getting to a point where I'm hurting my partner. When he asks questions to understand me, I get defensive because I've never been understood but pushed away. How can I start my healing journey when I've been hurting for so long? And how can I communicate better without feeling attacked? Sorry for the long paragraph.
That is one of the hardest journeys that you can ever go on.
I feel like even though I can't relate to a lot of what she said, the thing that I can relate to, that I understand is because of my own trauma growing up, I've constantly have to work on my defensiveness. It's something that like shows up a lot of times in my closer relationships because I've always felt like people are looking at me to criticize me about things. And because of that, I've always been hypersensitive and it comes out as defensiveness a lot of times. And I think that when you're coming from a place like that, where you are being defensive, like the first thing is, it's great that you took accountability to say that I'm being defensive. That's number one. I'm still working on it and healing through it myself. Like it's something that I'm constantly aware of, like when I'm communicating to make sure that I'm not defensive. But it's honestly not something that's just going to go away overnight. I think that communicating with your partner like fully about your experiences and about letting them know the place that this hurt comes from that makes you respond in a defensive way is one of the most important and freeing things that you could do for yourself. Like if this is a partner that you feel like will meet you with love and meet you with sincerity, like it's important for you to be able to give that to them and to share with them some of the struggles that you've been through, because what you just shared is really heavy and is something that nobody should have to experience. So I think that you have to be honest and be bold about what it is that you experienced when you feel empowered to do so that they can better understand.
I agree. I think when I heard it, I relate a lot. I think number one, you can't carry your parents' trauma. That's not on you. And of course, you can have an understanding of like my mom acts or treats me this way because of her trauma, while also acknowledging the damage that it did, which sounds like you're there. I had the same journey. I remember in my relationship, the last relationship where I was like this, where everything he was trying to tell me, no matter how he said it, I was always on defense. And either I would lash out or I would shut down and I wouldn't say shit. Because either I didn't want to rock the boat or, I didn't like what he was saying. And I think it was after that relationship where I experienced it with someone else and I was the one trying to communicate where it all clicked for me and I realized like, okay, I see. But it was a journey of just, number one, gaining self-awareness, which it sounds like she has. And then number two, being patient with yourself. People think that healing, when you are healed, that all of your triggers and reactions automatically go away, which in reality, you know you're healing and are getting to the point of being healed when you're aware of it faster when you're doing it. And then you correct yourself faster when you do it because you have healthier coping skills. It is okay to be in a relationship and to tell your partner, please correct me in love when I do it. But you have to be ready to be corrected. If you're already defensive, of course, but I had to give my partner permission to be like, Iyanna, I love you, but you're doing it again. And then I would just stop because I would do tit for tat quite a bit. Well, you're doing this. And then I would just pause and I would listen to their argument and I would make myself listen to understand. And then I'd say, okay, let me focus on the feeling of this. How did I make you feel with this? And I never want my partner to feel any form of negative based off of my behavior. Like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
And when you come to that point of realization, I mean, it kind of humbles you in a way. And you're like, okay, well, let me correct myself. And then after that, if you still feel the grievance of wanting to express yourself, because I know a lot of people who also get defensive don't necessarily say in the moment when things are bothering them because they don't want to rock the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Then bring up your stuff and be like, okay, well, in love, I don't like when you do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's taking the opportunity in the moment of you getting defensive to communicate.
Yeah.
But that shit's not easy.
It's not. And I think that when you're talking about communicating with someone you're dating with being defensive, like I have found, I know, like with Marcus, I package things a certain way with him so that he can best receive.
I have to use humor with Jared.
You had to
because
use humor.
he can digest it better. If it feels too serious, he shuts down.
I know with Marcus, I have to. It's almost like compliment sandwich.
Oh, I see what you do there.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like I cannot just come at him and talk about negative. Like I have to be able to say, like, you know, this was done well, blah 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 blah, but this. So I can't just come at, but it's important, like when you get to a certain level in your relationship, like these are adjustments that like your partner and you will willingly make.
Guys, yeah.
Because you want the best for one another. So that's why we're saying, you know, when you feel appropriate, be candid with your partner about this defensiveness and where it comes from. And then you all figure out a way that you can receive so that you can maybe snap out of the defensiveness a little sooner and check yourself about it, because I know that it's hard.
That is hard. But also, it's okay if you realize in the moment you missed it.
Yeah.
And you overreacted or you didn't
miss
respond.
it quite a bit.
Jared and I's therapist got us in the habit of, after the fact, like if we overreacted or didn't respond in a way that we wanted to basically, because you feel that guilt when you realize like, oh, I did too much or I didn't do enough.
Right.
So we got in a habit of coming back later and saying, I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have reacted this way. This is what I really meant.
That's good.
And it takes a lot of humbling yourself, because you don't want to be the person to do it. You want your partner to come to you and be like, they should be apologizing or they should be saying something. When in reality, it's like, if you're feeling that pull, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
And you got to do it as soon as you feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. Anything for you, Kayla?
Nope, that's it.
Y'all got some wisdom to share? No? Okay.
About.
Look, it's just like, well.
Oh, no. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up with this final question. How do you get prettier? Is it internal or is it external? Sounds weird, but serious question.
How do you get pretty?
How do you get prettier?
Prettier.
Like maybe think of it as like this person doesn't feel their best.
Oh.
You know,
I mean, I think it's both. I think my great grandma used to say, if you're pretty on the outside, but you ugly on the inside, you won't be pretty on the outside for long.
Period.
Which, I mean, is true. Even technically, if you stay physically beautiful, like people will get to know you and be like, ooh.
Yeah. And that's not a good feeling to have. But I think that it can be hard, especially like now with society norms of standards of beauty that are so unrealistic, and it takes time. I don't know how old you are or young you are, but it takes a lot of time in developing the like love for yourself that you find yourself beautiful internally. And then that matches up with the external when you feel confident and like assured in who you are, that it'll align with your outside beauty as well. Like, I think it definitely starts from within.
Yeah, I agree. Because if you feel good on the inside, you know that you're good on the inside, you'll also put more into like feeling great on the outside.
Yeah. And then on a more like materialistic side of things, you hot.
Yeah, I'm sweating over here.
Like for me, I know that I need, like, for different people, it's different things. Like, my main thing is I need to buy new clothes because I care about...
You care about fashion.
I care about fashion. And that makes me feel good and it makes me feel pretty. And so if there are things that are important for you, like externally, like giving yourself like bits of that on a regular as well. Like for some people, it might be going to get their nails done on a regular basis or getting their hair done, whatever it is for you. Like still be able to like put that into your routine.
Make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
I like dressing up every once in a while. And I realize that's why I really like going out, because I like to dress up and I like to dance.
Yeah.
And look, Asia, we on the same way. Like that's what we like to do. And it makes me feel good. And then on the inside, I feel amazing about myself because I know that I've done so much work to heal, and this is the best that I've been in a while. So I feel good on the inside, and then I made effort on the outside. So I think I'm a prettier person.
Yeah.
You know? I met Keke Palmer.
Oh yeah. That was absolutely horrific.
Yeah, people I didn't know that people were saying that about her until she posted about it. But for those of you who don't know, Keke Palmer first of all, recently announced that she's pregnant.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Keke, if you see this and want to pick up our podcast.
That would be great.
But yeah, she's pregnant, and people were saying that she's unattractive because she didn't have on makeup. And she was like, y'all are some ugly people. She's like, I feel great about myself and I know I'm beautiful.
The best thing that she said is, I wish that I could bottle up and sell how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, like, we place, first of all, number one, Keke Palmer is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. So
she is beautiful.
It's absolutely ridiculous that anybody would say something like that.
Agreed.
But like what you were saying, like external features can and will fade over time. But if you have a beautiful spirit and you are well within yourself, then you're going to always exude beautiful, exude pretty, exude confidence, all of those things. And so I think the point that she was trying to make is like, it don't matter what none of y'all trolls are saying, because I'm good. Like, I know that I look good and I feel good and I don't care what y'all think. And
Period.
I feel her. I feel her. Y'all better not be talking about Keke.
Don't talk about my Keke.
Love her.
We do love her around here.
So yeah.
All right. So Fill of the Week.
Fill of the Week.
Do you want to talk about the very sad news?
So guys, HBO, I'm canceling them. I just have nothing left to give to them anymore. I'm about to cancel my subscription because they have canceled Legendary and Sweet Life.
And you didn't watch it, but I watched F-Boy Island. They canceled that too.
Did they?
They canceled that too.
I did watch F-Boy Island.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. I guess they're like fading out all their reality stuff.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let me describe these shows. We've talked about Sweet Life before, so I'll save that. But Legendary, we haven't talked about on here before, I don't think.
No.
But Legendary is a competition show introducing like the ballroom scene on a platform in a way that we haven't necessarily seen before, because there's RuPaul's Drag Race and there's also Pose, which is like a scripted show. But this show actually like included the houses like across the freaking world, basically.
Yeah.
And they would come and they would compete like by their houses for the title to be Legendary.
Yeah.
And I found out about this show and I binged it in like a couple of days. And Marcus was so fed up with me because I had the volume on 50 and I was in the room like 1001, 2002, 2. So when that got canceled and I saw that today, my heart was broken.
And then we saw Sweet Life today too.
And then Sweet Life as well. And we've talked about Sweet Life on this platform many of times.
Yeah.
So
They said they're looking for a new streaming house.
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae. Hit up Netflix, man.
Hit
you
us
want a
up.
Sweet Life Chicago?
But I really, I'm not trying to say HBO is racist, but I also kind of feel like,
That's not where I saw that going.
I just also kind of feel like this is very directed.
What, Kayla?
Because just think about too, like the other thing, like people kind of had this theory a while ago because remember they canceled Lovecraft out of the freaking blue.
That broke my heart.
Everybody loved that show. I didn't watch it because it was a little too scary for me.
It made me
but
wonder though, what does the viewership actually look like
I don't know
for those shows?
That's why I'm like, is it the wrong platform?
I think it's the wrong platform. I mean, people like HBO, but people really only tuned in for like what, Game of Thrones, and they just wouldn't pay the subscription.
But so many people watch. Well, okay, I think that Sweet Life didn't have as big of
Sweet
a
Life definitely
platform
didn't
as
have.
it deserved.
Well, I think a lot of their reality TV didn't though, and I think that's why they must have just cut the budget for it.
That's crazy.
Because FY Island, Legendary, and Sweet Life, that's all reality TV shows.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I'm really sad about it. I really hope that Legendary is able to come back on another platform. Same thing for Sweet Life.
Sweet Life Chicago.
Yeah, Sweet Life Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hurt. Like those were some of my favorite shows I was really looking forward to. And I was wondering like, dang, why aren't we getting a reunion for Sweet Life?
Yeah, I was like, where's the... Bro, that's sad. They didn't even like
we couldn't
show
even
a reunion.
We couldn't
and
even
they cut
tie
it.
up the loose ends. That's so sad.
That makes me sad, but it's okay.
Yeah. So
It's okay.
we are wishing all the best to the cast of Sweet Life, and we're excited to see the next steps.
Yeah, what do they do from here?
Yeah, because that's all it is. It's a stepping stone. So I know amazing things are coming for them next.
Yeah.
So
You want to know a reality show you should watch?
what?
I just discovered this reality show. It's called, what is it called? Back in the Groove.
What does it
It's
come
on Hulu.
Oh, it's on Hulu?
Yeah, I think there's like 4 episodes out right now or something.
What's it about? Oh, God.
It's about these 3 like 40-year-old something women.
Mhm.
They live in, or not live, but they're staying in this like hotel. I think it's called the Groove or the Grove or whatever hotel in DR,
Mhm.
and they're dating younger men.
I will watch that.
You need to watch it.
I think that
It's
would
so
be kind of
entertaining.
funny.
It's funny.
Oh, my goodness.
It's funny. It's definitely entertaining though.
Oh, my gosh.
You gotta. There's one white woman, one Hispanic woman, one black woman.
Oh, okay.
And then the ranges of the men are from like 22 to like, I don't know, like
That's very
30s.
interesting.
Definitely like mid 30s or something.
That just made me think about I've been binging a lot of TV lately.
I've been really like
Yeah.
reality
So-
or like scripted too.
Reality. So, well, scripted, but reality too. So the 2 shows, number 1, actually today I binged Too Hot to Handle.
Oh God.
Prior to, I have binged My Unorthodox Life,
Oh, you told me about that show.
which was amazing. Again,
You watch a lot of reality TV.
I do. And
That's because
then
it doesn't require too much thinking.
It doesn't. And that's what I love. I love to be able to kind of zone in and out.
yeah.
And then be like, oh, wait, something's
you can
happening.
be on your phone. You
Yeah.
can work.
I love that. And then, but the last one that I actually gave all my time and attention to was Wednesday.
Okay.
And
I've
Wednesday
heard some good things about that.
was amazing.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Them selecting Jenna Ortega to play that role was like, she was phenomenal.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm
you
gonna-
have to
I'm gonna
watch
have
it.
to watch it.
So we could talk about it.
Okay.
But I think that they're setting it up to be like multiple seasons of it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And I read something recently that said that they're about to beat out Stranger Things for the most watched.
Really
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Because Wednesday's accumulated more watch hours within not more. Stranger Things still has it's like billions of watch hours, but like they're getting close to 1 billion being out for less
Oh, I see what
time
you mean. Okay.
than what Stranger Things 4 has been out
Okay.
for.
Wow. I'll watch it.
If y'all have watched Wednesday, let me know your thoughts because Iyanna hasn't watched it
Yeah, I
yet.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've just been watching reality TV. It's the only thing that can.
I watched Wednesday twice.
What, Kayla?
I did.
That's dedication.
Because I watched it myself and then Marcus, like he was kind of into it when he saw it. So then
started over.
Oh, I forgot. And I'm watching another show too. There's a show on HBO that's back that I watched.
Gossip Girl?
No, but I do watch Gossip Girl. No, not White Lotus. This is a show that probably nobody watches, but it's really funny.
What is it?
It's called The Lives of College Girls.
That is a funny show.
It's back.
I needed to finish the last season. But,
oh my gosh.
But it's funny.
It's
as
hilarious.
Hell. That's a funny show.
It's so funny. So
what is it? The Sex Life of College Girls.
The Sex Lives of College Girls.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious. I've been watching that too.
Yeah, they're just funny in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of TV. This is the most TV I've watched recently because
Is it because you've been sick?
Yeah, I think so. Which I've enjoyed in a way because I miss watching all of my shows. I haven't had time. And it's also because I'm on break from grad school now.
Oh, right.
So I have a little time off.
I'm glad you didn't get sick while you were still.
Oh my gosh. I could not even freaking imagine. I would be sitting on them calls looking at them like.
You'd be so mad.
I would be so hurt if I had to get on one of them calls.
So when do you go back?
In the new year.
Oh, you got a nice little breaky break. Okay, Kayla.
I'm so happy.
I love that for you.
Me too. If only it was, done. But
if only
just a little bit more. So
okay. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up because obviously that's enough. If you all have listener submissions, please remember that we have the box there. As you see, we did a whole episode with the listener submissions, and we are keeping you all in mind and your suggestions and everything that you've been sending to us. So thank you so much for all that have submitted. You know the routine. You can follow us on Instagram at feelintheblank_. You can follow me at astoldby.kayla and Iyanna
at Iyanna.amore.
We love you guys. Oh, right. We're on TikTok.
And we're on TikTok.
What is it? Is it just Fill in the Blank?
Fill in the Blank Pod.
Fill in the Blank Pod on TikTok. And honestly, our TikTok is like going up. It's really going up.
Hit us up, y'all.
So follow us on TikTok too.
See what wait, we didn't do our affirmations.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna say one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll say a couple. Okay. Y'all ready? I am actively choosing myself.
Actively choosing myself.
I am choosing growth.
Choosing growth.
Healthiness. Shit, I don't know what else.
And everything else.
Look, and everything nice. I am prioritizing my happiness.
My happiness.
And the love in my life.
And the love of my life.
I just came up with that shit on the spot. I'm a
it
poet.
Was good.
I'm a poet. What's up? Anybody else got anything else that we're declaring for ourselves? I am declaring health.
I am declaring health. I love that.
Poor little Kayla over here.
I am declaring grace. That's good, Ariel.
And greatness.
And greatness.
That's
Asia,
what I thought she said.
You have anything?
Oh, not the giggle. I'm scared what you about to say.
No, I don't really have anything right now. I think you guys said it was on my mind.
Okay.
I'm declaring a great birthday weekend.
Hey!
Yay! Come on, birthday weekend. We about to turn up.
Everyone make sure, well, by this time, Asia's birthday would have passed, but
we about to have a grand old time.
We're going to celebrate Asia. And then Ariel's up next. Yes!
All our Sagittarius queens.
Okay, guys, let's do this wrap up again because I don't have any. I can't think of any.
Oh, that's it.
My brain is broke. So, all right, guys, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.